Peace and love, everybody. So, I just want y'all to see this good news for those who may not have been happy about what these folks thought they was going to do. All right, and so they're not going to be able to do what they thought they was going to do. So, retribution is coming. All right, to the ICE agents who did what they was told to do. They will fully be held responsible. This is coming down the pipe. So if anybody is an agent, a bounty hunter, anything like that, and ICE has hired you, and no matter who told you that you can do this illegally or so-called quote-unquote legally, which is still illegally, no due process and all that jazz, they're setting you up for failure. They know they setting you up to get locked up. Why would they hire ICE to do this, right? Instead of FEMA. Now FEMA can't do it because FEMA's been, of course, been yelled out. Everybody knew what their plan was FEMA, so they twist the plan and they try to make it for this thing called ICE. But that's got caught up. That's going down. Some people have resigned, and somebody big resigned today, caught Trump by a major surprise. And now what they got going on is really going to hurt them because all across the United States, ICE agents are finding out that the Trump administration and their bosses lied to them. Although they are paying them, they will get retribution. They will get punished. They will get full blame, no matter who told them to do it, no matter if they say they thought it was legal, no matter if they say someone told us it was legal, they told us it was okay. It does not matter. They're going to get full retribution, not just by source, okay, not just by what someone likes to call the universe, but by the law. That's right. They're going to do hardcore jail time. So here, this is a warning for anybody who gets offered a job to become an ICE agent or anything else like that, and somebody got the nerve to tell you you can do this and so it's okay, and you say you sure it's not against the law, or oh, that's against the law, and they say no, don't worry about it, it will be okay. No, it's not. Trump and them is setting y'all up to get locked up as if you being the fall guy. But Trump is caught up so much of stuff, he can't even blame you for that. So he gonna go down. He can't pardon you for it because it's under a different set of laws, and therefore he cannot even pardon himself. So he's gonna go down. In other words, he's gonna do jail time. This is coming down the pipe, and you're gonna go to jail with him as if like he was Hitler and you were his army. Yeah, ICE. Y'all might want to not do anything you're told when they telling you to do these things that are illegal, because if you do it, you're going to jail. Any police that fall behind ICE try to do that, including Marines and Army people, once they figure out who y'all are, it's coming down the pipe that y'all going to get the same judgment as ICE. Y'all will go to jail. Yo, I'm telling you, this administration that's in office right now are setting y'all up to get y'all locked up. And I figured it out. Okay, it's part of a way bigger plan. They're supposed to be spreading your army, the United States Army, all over the place, spreading them thin because they're supposed to be getting invaded. The armies have been used in the cities now, right? That was a no-no. Yes, they got armies some places, not everywhere, but not as much as they thought they could because they're not a superpower no more. All right? So there's too many soldiers in the United States. That means you can't execute your plan. So what do y'all do? Set them up. You get two things at the same time you want, and then you have them locked up so they can't defend the country when a real invasion comes. Now watch this. Y'all gonna go to jail, y'all. If I was y'all, resign before it gets worse. You could resign, and maybe that might save your butt. You could say, listen, I resigned when I figured out it was wrong. At first, I didn't know it was wrong. But if you could tell you working for them, bro, you're gonna go to jail.
Illegal. When the other side of this, when we find out who you are, you're losing everything. That $1,000, enjoy it now because it's coming to an end.
This video is for ICE agents or bounty hunters who have been deputized by Department of Homeland Security with immigration.
Now, she's her say, enjoy it, that $1,000 because it's coming to me. She's talking about her. This is the lawyer that's been hired by the government to take ICE, any local police, anybody, Marine, anybody that gets involved with this whole thing. And they already got her on the job, and she already put the warning out. This is just a warning she put out to all United America that you know ahead of time, y'all coming for you. And I'm taking all the money you made off of each head y'all got, and I'm locking you up. And she's about that life.
Custom enforcement, and they've been told by their supervisor or Tom Homan or Kristi Noem or Donald Trump or Pam Bondi that you're good, that you can violate the law because you know the stuff that you're doing is against the law. How do I know you know this? Because if you're a bounty hunter by trade, you know the limitations, you know the things that you normally can do and can't do. And you know the stuff that you do as a bounty hunter is separate from the stuff that police officers did, because 9 times out of 10, more likely than not, you probably tried to get into the police academy and you failed a test, you couldn't get the physical test or something about it didn't work out. You've always wanted to be a cop. You always wanted to have that badge. You want to have that. And so this is your opportunity. So you're a bounty hunter instead, or you did other things instead, and you answer the call to get 1,000 per illegal. And you're just like, bet, I'm going to do it. I get to do whatever I want. These guys tell me I can do it. I'm straight. Now, here's the thing. I'm telling you now. Now, I don't know how you've seen this video because my name is JJ Legal. I have 2 law degrees. I practice regulatory law, practice, and we're getting Supreme Court briefs, federal district court briefs. So I know what I'm talking about. You want to know how, wait a minute, you were saying that I could be liable? What about Donald Trump pardoning the January 6ers? Here, there's 8 laws that Donald Trump cannot pardon. What you're doing, and you know you're doing, is against the law. You know it. And here's the thing. The laws that you're breaking doesn't matter if you know it. Intent, meaning like knowfully doing it, or doesn't matter.
In other words, what she said, she's also coming for anybody that Donald Trump had pardoned because he cannot pardon them for 8 laws that he thought he could pardon them for. She gonna lock them all back up.
Cannot use the excuse, the defense that somebody told me I can do it. It was in this manual. They said to they said to take off the license plate. They said to not announce ourselves. They told us to cover our faces. They said to not announce our badges. They told us it's okay to go into people's homes without announcing ourselves, without a federal warrant, because that's what they told us. Listen here, the laws that I'm about to share with you doesn't matter. And here's the thing, the statute of limitations, what the statute of limitations means? That means Donald Trump, no matter what you believe or think, he's on his way out. That's why he's doing all this crazy stuff. He's on his way out. No matter how he's on his way out, he has a minimum of 2.5 years. If we can get rid of him early or whatever, the statute of limitation is 5 years.
Right now, Donald Trump is in the process of being impeached. They already have a bunch of reopening impeach courts. A whole bunch of stuff is still in process. You will see Trump go to jail as he's impeached. And ICE and all the other folks that she's mentioning in her videos, that's a lot of folks she's mentioning, is going to jail right behind Trump and ICE.
You know, the next administrations.
Hispanics is hope for you yet.
Forget what people say. There's not going to be any more elections. I can't stand when people say that nonsense. There's going to be elections. And there's a good chance that the next president is going to be a Democrat. There's a really great chance, right? People are tired of this Trump. Trump's like kind of.
Hold on, y'all, because I see more folks. Just give you a quick brush on what's going on. I'm going to give you the fast track. This is a lawyer hired by the government, because it's different sectors of government, that's already going after Trump, going after ISIS, and any police, any Army, Marine, the Coast Guard that got involved. And she mentioned some other people too, I guess. Oh, people that Trump has pardoned. There's 8 laws he was not allowed to pardon them on. So she locking them all back up and she's coming for all of them. So Trump is already there's a possibility of being impeached. He'll be getting locked up as an impeached for big time criminal charges. And ISIS is going to jail right behind him. All right. So the police that do anything that involve ISIS, and Marine, any Coast Guard that has anything to do that gets behind ISIS with this gets involved. Also, what's the other thing they said? Any bounty hunters? Because they hired some bounty hunters. Y'all going to jail too behind ISIS, behind Trump, because everything he's doing is illegal. And there's a government behind the government that the governments both sides don't like, right? And it's not the shadow government. There's actually a good side, and it's not letting it go. There's a dog on the bone right now. She's the pit bull. They suck on it. She's the lawyer taking them down. This is her address to all of them. She's calling them out. All right, this happened just like 8 minutes ago. She's literally calling them out, letting them know y'all going down. This is her gunshot warning. This is her shot at the bow. So if you anybody try to get if they try to hire y'all for a job, don't take it. All right. If you are working for that, if ISIS wants you to get involved, Trump say, "Oh, come here, Marines, come over here, Coast Guard." Don't show up. I'm trying to tell you, y'all gonna go to jail. They're gonna put y'all under the jail. I'm just gonna be honest with you. They looking to put y'all under the jail. She's not somebody to play with. She's a vicious lawyer. You can look her up. She don't play no games. I looked her up. She's about that life, y'all. And the best one for a job, I'm telling you, the best person for a job, and brothers, don't get mad, but it's the truth, because y'all know it like I know it. When it comes to legal stuff, is a black lawyer.
Damage the MAGA brand. High likelihood the next person is going to be a Democrat. The statute of limitations is 5 years. So it means that when they find out, they're going to find out who you are. There's different ways to track you. You're going to be on the hook for the following federal laws, can't be, and state laws. So let's say you get caught, we figure out who you are, states start prosecuting. Donald Trump can't save you from state laws. He can't pardon himself. He can't pardon himself. And he definitely can't pardon himself for state laws because right now he's a 34-time convict in the state of New York. Unpardonable straight finishes. So first, let's go through the federal stuff that you're on the hook for, all right? Okay, so there's this law right here, deprivation of rights under color of law. That means when you use force without due process, criminal liability is what you're looking at, all right? That's 18 USC 242. Now, let's look at exceeding authorized use of force. This is when you're misusing your authority. So this goes to you supervisors out there. You're telling people that they get excessively handcuffed, force removal. You can be prosecuted if you are supervising telling people to do this.
So whatever they say, if they say Donald Trump said we supposed to do this, which I understand Donald Trump sent it down the pipe. And if that person says, yeah, Donald Trump told me to do it, so I told my people to do it, then he's in trouble for telling his people to do it. In other words, everybody's going down. The whole shebang. She's not playing.
So exceeding authorized use of force by federal agents within the jurisdiction can trigger automatic liability if it involves weapons or serious bodily harm. So people you're jacking up when they're hurt, they can make claims against you. All right, if you're a supervisor or whatever. So that's 18 USC subsection 13. Look that up. That's what you're federal. Now,
just make claims.
The Posse Comitatus Act violations, 18 USC 1385. Now, this is where ICE agents bring in military-style units without jurisdiction. So this is when they deputize National Guard acting in civilian law enforcement without authority, can trigger criminal liability, regardless of intent. So it does not matter. Whenever you see the word intent, it means you can't say that I didn't know or somebody told me to do this. That's strict liability. Once you do it, you're on the hook. Now, you have qualified immunity exceptions. Normally, somebody might say, well, states can't be fined or federal agents can't be fined. However, if what you're doing is a clear constitutional violation, Fourth Amendment violations of going up to people without probable cause, without reasonable suspicion, and jacking them up because you don't even know their name. You don't know if they're here legally because unless you saw them or someone had a witness of this person, you're just going up to people based on the fact of being Hispanic and they're rounding them up. That's a violation of Fourth Amendment. That's a constitutional violation. So the normal protection that you would get for civil lawsuits say that you just immunity for government actors, but what the government actor did is so clear a violation, like Fourth Amendment search and seizure, what you're doing, immunity doesn't apply. All right, so now let's get to state laws. Here's the stuff that you cannot be pardoned from by Donald Trump. Let's get into that. In a lot of states, when you detain someone without probable cause or judicial process, it's automatically a criminal offense. And even if you say agency, meaning like even if someone told you to do that, you are personally liable criminally in state law. So these blue states, when they find out who you are, you can be criminally liable. Now, impersonating a law enforcement officer, if an agent covers their badge, hides their ID, using an unmarked car, or no clear authority, many states strict liability. So when y'all stripping off your license plate, violating the law, that is true in California, Illinois, and New York. It's a felony.
regardless of your intent. Again, you cannot say somebody told me. Tom Homan, these people are setting y'all up. Criminal liability means go to jail. Battery by law enforcement. Some states have automatic principles, criminal penalties for officers who use force without following lawful arrest procedures. So before you identify yourself, y'all are not identifying yourself before probable cause. Y'all are arresting people just based on being Hispanic, and it triggers criminal assault and battery. Y'all are setting up personally to go to jail. Violations of civil rights under call of state laws. So several states, California Bain Act allows for criminal and civil liability. Here's the civil thing, that's your money. Interfering or constitutional rights by threats, intimidation, coercion. That's all you've been doing. What happens when you're civilly sued? That means they can attach, they get a judgment, they're attaching your house, your car, your clothes, your future tax refunds. So you're getting $1,000 per illegal. When the other side of this, when we find out who you are, you're losing everything. That $1,000, enjoy it now because it's coming to an end. All right, so in summary, it said
a lot of the violations, including unlawful search and seizure without a warrant, the physical assault of people in the street, the false imprisonment, the kidnapping, impersonating an officer, misusing force during non-judicial deportations, they violate civil and criminal laws in states. You're talking about state assault and battery laws, state felonies. These are strict liability, which means it does not matter if you had intent. And a lot of states, no intent is needed. So long as you're exceeding federal authority, you're not going to be getting the immunity that's normally afforded to state actors. You're talking about violating the Fourth Amendment, and especially if badges are covered, especially when you act without probable cause, it's automatic. When you're hiding your ID, that means you're liable.
All right. So she goes on for another 2 whole minutes, and she just going on and on. So basically, matter of fact, ain't even no basic. What I'm telling you is spot on. Plain and simple, cut and dry. Everything they do is against the law. Trump telling them to do what they do is against the law. Anybody listening to Trump and telling his guys to do what they doing is against the law. Big time laws, state and federal. In other words, you're going to get fed a low time and you're going to get state time. So Trump is going to jail as well, getting federal and state time. And he's getting kicked out of office because the impeachment has already started, if you didn't know. So anybody, peace and love, family, anybody that had anything to do with that is going to jail, and their house, they're going to take their house. I'm pretty sure they're going to sell their house. And when they sell their house, all that money, some of that money is going to go to that lawyer. She already told you that, enjoy that $1,000 because some of that's coming to her. But she's also, the way she's talking, if you kept reading between the lines, it sounds like those Spanish don't get let out of jail, and the ones that is alive. But wait till they find out about the ones that they aren't alive. Oh man, it's gonna be past federal state time. They might give y'all the death penalty right on television, so the world can see it. They just might. So y'all really, I resigned if I was y'all. I honestly wouldn't even work that job in the first place. But you were stuck in a hard and a rock place. You were fucked. Resign, take that money you own, buy a plane ticket, and get the fuck out the country. That's what I do if I was you. Because if you sit around, you're gonna be going to jail. They already got her on the job. She's coming for you. Spanish, there's hope for you yet. See, there's Democrat, Republicans. And they say, y'all don't see why y'all don't vote, because there's a good side of government that nobody votes for. And that good side is always trying to get votes, folks to vote for them. It's actually something started by black people, and nobody votes for it. But the funny thing, that good side of government still been doing their job, holding their responsibility. Every time they try stuff like this, they get shut down, and they are making things right in the background. Yo. Now you know that they all going to jail on state and federal times. You know that they stopped Trump from trying to mess with black people because he was trying to do that in the backwoods sucker shit. You know they stopped them trying to mess with Haitians, who is our people as well. So he's pissed off, and he thought he was going to enslave some of these Mexicans, and he did put the slavery up there for these Spanish people, the ones that are caught already, that's in some of those camps, and wait till that they sick that judge on that. Yo, she said their tax dollars are going to be taken, their future tax dollars, even though they'll be locked up in jail with state and federal time. That's the whole shebang. That means you're going to get their federal and tax dollars. You're going to get their probably next 2 or 3 years federal tax dollars they earn. And that includes the tax dollars from the $1,000 that they got for locking your ass up. So there's hope for you. There is a good part of America that's not, really known about. But hey, listen, just know, in order to fight, you got to fight in all types of ways, and that's what our people are doing. We are behind the scenes. Don't get it twisted. We can't go out there and fight with a protest. We behind the scenes working. Plus, to anybody who don't know about our people, we are multi-dimensional beings. All right, I ain't go deep and explain it, but I don't want to. Some of you might not understand it. I'm going to say it simple. We don't like this word because it's pagan, but if you can really get it, we are collective, which means that we are all literally one spirit, no matter how it looks, no matter how many of us you see. And we are literally God. We just don't like the G word. All right? So we're working on high places, different dimensions, multi-dimensions, fighting this battle. Plain and simple. And so you can't Spanish stop coming at so-called black people talking about why ain't y'all helping. It's because y'all ain't see us out on being helping. But remember, we are helping for the benefit of our people. Don't also get it twisted. It's always about our people because we are the true collective. Anybody want to ride our coattail? We don't stop you. But that's only if you really want to be honest about it. And we'll see right through it if you're bullshit or not. We're going to know all your intentions. You can't play us. But right now, that's no here nor there. Just know that these people that wrongdoers, they will fall down. Everything that goes up that is evil must come down, and it's coming down. Much like this damn country is falling down like London bridges. And just like London's panicking and France is panicking, the United States, the people who thought it was at the top are finding out that they surely are losing their spot and losing full control, to find out they ain't really not the ones at the top. It was a time limit, and the time is up. So now you have no authority, you have no control. No matter what you do, you will not control. We will backdoor you, switch the game, change the questions, and change the answers every chance we get, and you will not succeed. Peace and love to all y'all. When I say that, I mean peace, love, truth, light, honesty, family, unity, respect. And that, did I say truth? All right, then. Y'all have a wonderful day. And if you're going to lay your body down tonight, I'm pretty sure I might do something tomorrow that's going to be for a spiritual goal. But if you're going to lay your body down tonight, then, of course, because you know you don't actually sleep. And dreams are not dreams. Have a good travel. Peace and love.